Okay, so let's look at 2 case studies. Repeat sits backwards. This is a dog that went to a workshop, and then the owner came, she came to the workshop, and here she comes in her first session. I don't know if she practiced, but what speed do you think she's going backwards? 5. And what % of the time is the dog watching as she's moving? 0%. Then as she's stopping, the dog's like, oh, I'll pay attention because we're going to sit. Okay, now let's look at the dog with me. Speed of dog, 1, right? Fast trot or faster. Although now I move to an exercise she's not ready with, and so she starts jumping because I started moving sideways, and I don't have her sitting well. But the main point is, look at the % time she's watching me. 100% time now, and she's running, but she's getting a little too excited, so I need to go back to the repeat sits backwards. Now here's the owner. Even though she's only practiced once, her dog is pretty easy. And so here, she backs up, and her dog comes with her at a slow trot. But it's focused on her okay. So she doesn't have to have perfect technique. She just needs, it's just going to take her longer. I could get it immediately, and it took her a couple sessions. Now, her dog actually has a history of being reactive to dogs on the street when it's on the leash, because it's a little bit scared of them. So she just needed to do that soon enough, and her dog would be good. Does that make sense? It's not that much. Her dog is not that fast. She thought her dog was stubborn. Look how easy her dog is. She is not providing direction. Okay, here's another example. This dog has a history of being reactive to people and dogs, and it's already gone to a veterinary behaviorist, and now they had moved, so they were doing a follow-up consult with me. So the dog was okay with me. I'd already gave it treats, and so was not reactive to me. And so now, instead of making it being a reactive distraction, I get a treat to distract it. Because, hey, regardless of why your dog is distracted, if you can't get it focused on you, then it's an issue. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's see. Can she keep her dog focused? She's calling her dog Wally. Her dog wants to just come to me.
Wally, come here, Wally.
Because she's not providing any guidance. Now here, I take the dog. I do repeat sits backwards. I'm moving at a 2. I do not want to move at a 1 for this dog because that's too fast for this dog. It doesn't know me well enough. Dog is following me at a trot. Fast trot.
So if I want to change directions, I just go back.
Fast trot. Fast trot. Now the owner is trying to distract her dog. The dog will not focus on her.
Whoever's more fun. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
There. She cannot get her dog to focus on her. And I've only known this dog for our consult. This is the first time I've worked with the dog. So the way she's handling the dog, yeah, her dog could be reactive. And all she needs to do is this to keep her dog focused. Okay, so now let's see 217. Now we'll look at her technique. She's doing repeat sits backwards. What speed do you think that is? Oh, I wrote it already. She's about at a 3, but she's leaning. You see how she's leaning forward and her arms are flappy? And her dog is moving at a fast walk.
How you doing?
Fast walk. But even though she's not at a 1, she's still getting her dog to focus on her with me as a distraction.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You feel comfortable with that? Yeah. Come on. Okay, so now with your mom, he's more likely...
It's just that she's going to get better results faster if her technique is better. Which means, so for instance, if her technique were better, then if a dog ran up, she'd be able to keep it focused. Or she would only have to do these exercises for 4 weeks, and then her dog would be like, oh, now I don't even have to really worry around other dogs. Does that make sense? You're going to get that dog to progress way faster if your technique is better. If your technique isn't good, it's just going to take longer. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to practice on real dogs. Remember, you're going to stand with your body straight, arms bent 90 degrees, and to get the treat to that chair, some of you have taller dogs than this, right? You're going to bend your legs. So if I say go, it'll be go. And you get it down to the dog. Go. Now, how long should you hold it in the dog's mouth? Half a second. Right. Okay, ready? Go. 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 Good. Go. 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 Good. Okay, reload. Now, how many of you are getting the treat all the way down to the dog's face so you can have a handoff? You need to make contact. So make sure you make contact. So you guys are doing well. Most of your posture is pretty good. Now you want to make sure you get the treat all the way down to his face and hold it there for half a second. Okay, ready? Go. All the way to his face. Make contact. It's like push it into the chair. Go. 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 Okay, good. Uh-huh.
Can you demonstrate the half second part? I don't think this does it.
Oh, usually I'm looking at my dog when I give the treat. Yes. Yes, so you want to see where your dog is. However, I also want my dog to I want to be able to look like this instead of having to look at the dog and give the treat too, because sometimes your dog only pays attention to you when you're looking at him, right? So I also want my dog to know, hey, even if I'm talking to somebody, you still sit politely because, hey, a treat could still come out. Does that make sense?
You're going to start by looking at them.
Yes, I'm going to start by looking at them. And usually when I'm training, I'll be looking at them. However, I do want them to also learn that when I'm talking to other people and not paying attention, a treat will still come. Okay, now we're going to go for speed. Ready? So we're going to, okay, go. 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 Okay, good. Next thing, I'm going to do two different types of patterns, so everybody can go at the same time. Tell me which type of pattern you have to focus more on. Okay, ready? Go. 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 Yes, everybody going. Go. 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 Okay, now reload. I'm going to do pattern 2. Okay, ready? Go. 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 Okay, which one did you have to focus more on? Yeah. So the point is that when you're working with your dog, don't fall into a pattern. If you fall into your pattern, you're going to lose your dog's attention because he's going to think that he can just, oh, I know when the treat's going to come. I can just like daydream and then look back when I think it's going to happen again. Okay, now we are going to add in a ball. When the ball hits the ground, this represents your dog's butt hitting the ground. When should you start delivering the treat? After the butt's hitting the ground. What happens if you start delivering before the butt has hit the ground? Yeah, he's not going to sit. Okay, so you ready? Can you all see? Who can? Okay, how many people are delivering early? Okay, everybody stop. We're going to watch this group right now. Let's see. Oh, now they're waiting. Can you see a little movement ahead of time? Okay, that's better. You're now waiting. Wait till it hits and then bam. So it's like this. I'll say it verbally. Bam. Bam. Don't start going till I say bam. 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 So you're thinking, I say bam because you're mentally thinking bam when you get that treat down. Bam. Either that or okay. Bam. Uh-oh, some people went way early. See what happens? You know, they're doing it right a bunch of times. You guys were just being stubborn. Right? You can do it a bunch of times, but if you don't know it really well, you're still going to kind of mess up a little bit. Okay, ready? Bam. 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 Good. Okay, so you guys get the idea. You want to wait till you see the dog sit, because if you start delivering early, the dog's just going to get up. Now, if you're using a clicker, you can click right as he sits, and then get that, but the treats, that delivery speed will still need to be really fast. Okay, so we're going to practice the repeat sits backwards. So when you do this, this is how I'm going to start you. We just started using the metronome for this because it was just hard getting people to do it in a uniform way. So what I'm going to have you do is start right leg. Ready? It's going to be 5 steps back. It's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then feet together. Okay, so I'm going to start. Ready? It's going to be ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, feet together. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, feet together. I know you got to work. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, feet together. One more time. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, feet together. Okay, now turn around. Now put your arms in neutral position. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, feet together. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, feet together. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, feet together. Okay, go. Oh wait, sorry, don't go. That was a reflex. Okay, now we're going to turn around and we're going to do it with the metronome. Okay, what you're going to do is, so I'm going to count it like this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. So it's going to be, what you have to do to be ready to take that first step is bend your knees. Because if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, no. So you're going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll look like, I'll count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. So I'll do that again. Here, we can do it in slow motion first. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. Okay, so now let me do that just with you a couple times without the metronome. So you're going to do that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. Good, now we'll turn around and I'll do it with the metronome. That's about that pace. Can you hear it? Can you guys hear it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. Be ready to bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. Now turn around. I'm going to increase to 135. 135, oh no. 1, 2, where is this? There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. Turn around. I'm going to follow you. I'm just going to watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, whoops. Just kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. See, you have to get that bend in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. Okay, good. So now I'm moving up to, remember our goal is 175. I'm moving up to 150. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. Oh, look, boots are hard to rock backwards in. Okay, turn around. That's why you should use running shoes. No sandals, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together, good. Now turn around, or back up a little more, and I'm going to go up to, I'll go up to 165. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. Good, now turn around. I'm going to increase to 175. Now we want to watch to see, is everybody leaning the right way? Because sometimes people will lean forward, and if you lean forward, you're telling your dog that you're not really backing up. So we're going to see which way, if they're all leaning the right way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. Some people are taking kind of small steps. So this is what I do for leaning forward and taking small steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. Okay, turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, bend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, step stuff together. Okay. See, they can all do it. They just need help knowing how to do it. So, and it's not that bad. It's just you kind of have to systematically do it so that you can feel what it feels like, right? So it's not bad once you understand. Because what people end up doing is they'll do stuff like, I'm backing up, and the dog's like, you're not backing up, you're leaning towards me. So just little things like that. Okay, so now we're ready to start dogs. Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about her? I forget. She was nervous and...
She's very friendly, loves people, dogs. She just can get like excited and aroused and bark, but it's not...
Okay.
It's just, she just gets excited.
Okay.
You're being a good girl, Sky.
So when she gets excited, she kind of just, a little bit all over. Let me try it for a second.
She'll start barking when she thinks we're in a training place. If I'm not working with her, she'll...
Watch what happens if I hold the treat too low.
She's being so good.
Okay, people, I'm doing that on purpose, but people do that by accident when their hands are too low. They don't know I'm moving it a little bit. Oh, how come she's trying to be mouthy, you know? But if I have it here, it's clear you're not getting a treat right here. Even if I move it around here. Yep, got you right when you barked. Okay, let me just have you try the repeat sits backwards. We'll move that all the way out. Put it back here, thanks. So remember, one of the things you probably figured out is you need to have the treats ready in your hand. And it's nice to have uniform-sized treats so you can deliver them quickly. Good. Good, so your posture's good. Your posture's good, and that was a nice straight delivery. So you're going to start moving. Just back up. Repeat sits backwards. Okay, so she wants to jump, so let's see. Let me have you do it a couple times before we change what we do. Okay, so she gets excited and jumps. Oh, and look, and as soon as she gets her treat, she does something else. Okay, so what we're going to do with her is, let me take her for a sec. Otherwise, I'll have to explain something that I'm not. Here, I'll actually switch leashes.
Okay. Wait, what am I doing?
I'm taking her.
Oh, God. You want me to, I gotcha.
Yes.
I know how these work.
This is why I like these leashes. Okay, so we know she likes to jump, so I have two options. I can move slower. I would like to move far enough and fast enough so they can trot. I could try moving shorter distance or slower, but I can make faster progress if I use what I made up and call a flash lure. So I call it a flash lure if you put it down quickly in order to stop their movement. So here I'm going to block her, get her, and then raise it to have her sit. So I block her with a treat and raise her to have her sit. So right there, she was going to run by me. And I don't give it to her until I get her sitting. Now, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm just using it initially. There, I smooched to her when she looked away, and it brought her attention back to me. And the only reason that works is because I'm not going blah, 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 smooch, smooch. It's all quiet, and then she hears a smooch. So now I'm going to try it without a flash lure. So does she understands. If she started to jump again, then I might do a flash lure a bunch of times again. Because maybe the amount of time I wasn't enough. But I'm moving pretty fast. Okay, now one of her things, I know, is going to be that when you're standing still, she starts to bark because it's boring, right? So I'm going to practice talking, and who knows how long I'll talk. And then randomly, she might get a treat. She doesn't know when, but it could be right now. So maybe she should start watching longer periods of time. I can see when you're getting it. Where's the mirror? Because when you're using the mirror, you can go like, where is she looking? I see where you're looking. Nothing for that. So what she specifically needs is you practicing rewarding her enough when you're looking away, and then increasing the interval between rewards for her. Increasing the interval between rewards so she learns to sit longer periods of time instead of just, but, and actually what I would like her to learn is that means too bad. And look away. I would like her to learn, like for instance, she barked, that I would say too bad, and she would learn that means nothing's going to come. And then when she gets her treat, I need to give her treats before she barks again, and then increase the interval between treats. And I will reward dogs for lying down instead. But when I do this, as soon as she starts being able to sit, I can start waiting longer. It's not always to get a treat right away. Sit, get a treat right away. It starts to be sit, one treat for sitting, additional treats for remaining seated, and then move, and then maybe wait a little, treat immediately. Okay, this doesn't count as quiet. The quiet only starts when they could physically be noisy. And I might practice, hey, who's over there? And I might go, what? This is on TV. Don't do that. Okay, so now, basically, hey, you. Basically, you want to be able to do the movement, be able to do the delivery fast, and then increase the interval in between her treats. It doesn't count when you're reverse sneezing. But with this movement I have now, if somebody were to come distract her, it would be easier to get her focused away. So let me have you do it. Good. Good. Now, if she starts to move away, look away, go to get her to come back immediately as she starts to look away. Right there. Now wait her out. That's okay if she goes to the end and is not focused because she's still learning, oh, I'm not getting anything when I do that. Let me make sure that we're using the same treats too. Are we using the same treats?
No.
Okay.
I brought my own.
Okay. Oh, you have natural balance, which is higher value. Okay. Okay, yeah. Good. Your posture's good. 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 Speed is about a 2, so that's not bad. Good. Good. Now look at the treat delivery. Where's the head looking? Down. Yes. There. Good. Sometimes wait longer in between that treat, but when you wait longer, still make that delivery speed faster. Because what you just did is waited longer and then delivered slowly. Good. Now wait longer. Wait, go. Wait, bam. Good. Wait, bam. Okay, now move. Good. 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 Okay, now I'm going to be a slight distraction. I'm just going to walk towards you, and you're going to do repeat sits away from me. So this would be like that dog is getting closer to me. What do I do? Or that person who wants to pet your dog. Hey, can I pet your dog? Oh, she probably likes to run over to people who want to pet her, right? What? Okay. Okay, ready? So as I go towards her, I'll be that person off the street who wants to pet your dog and you don't want him to pet your dog. So as I go towards you, you're just going to do a repeat sit back away. Hi, can I pet your dog? No, good, good. I have yummy, yummy treats, yummy, yummy treats. Good, good. Once I had a dog and it looked just like that. Like, yay, I love dogs. Good, good. Now smooch to her right there. Okay, back up. So what I want is if they look away, they should learn right away that they should look back at you. They should get the direction that, oh, I don't want you looking there, look back here. For me, I might be able to smooch to them, but if you smooch and it's not going to work, just move. Try to keep her focused. Now see if you can just keep her focused on you. So if you think she's going to look away, just move. Look, Cookie. Oh, too fast. Oh, she got more than a second look away. Your goal is if they look away, it's less than a second. Oh, look, Cookie, quick move. Okay, now I'll go back. I'm going to go around from behind you. Look at the dog. Good, so that's about a second look away. Look. Look. Good. Good, so you get the idea. Ideally, you would move before they're able to look. Now, she only wants to look at me because something fun might happen, right? So in that case, well, you would either need to be able to learn to move faster, or I can do something that'll make it easier for you, or move sooner. You're moving fast. She's moving fast enough. The dog follows. But one thing I can do to make it easier for you is practice. She learns that the only way, hi, that she gets attention from me, hi, is if she is sitting next to you. So there she wants to get to me, but I'm not going to go up to her until she can focus on you. So if I walk up here and she focuses on you, sorry, I backed away. So this is a version of the leave it exercise, which she doesn't know yet, but good. And then hurry up and reward her at a fast rate so that I can come up closer. Yep. Good. Fast enough rate so she stays with you, focused on you. Keep smooch to her. Yeah, good. Uh-oh. Yes. Okay, so then when she's just focused on you, you can tell her, okay.
Okay.
Wait, she wasn't just focused on you. It was until you said that. There.
Okay.
Good. Then I will give you some rewards here. And then she could get up if she wanted, but I would only reward her if she sat, because this is a setup situation. This is a setup situation with somebody who else, the second person is trained. You do it differently if the second person is untrained, is not trained. Okay, we'll do it again. Good, and if you're going to move backwards, move fast enough to get her to trot after you. So we can, good. We should have taught her leave it first.
So should I just wait, or should I?
Yeah, wait her out for now. There we go. And this is where maybe we'd have you have higher value rewards. Because I just gave her the same value reward as you were. Let's see. There we go. There. Now take a step back so she'll actually face you, because she actually sat, but she wasn't facing the right direction. But always remember, when you move, you have to move fast enough and far enough to get the dog focused. Here, let's move out of that area. We're getting too far off to the side. So that first time, because she didn't know this well, I shouldn't have given her so many treats. And in fact, I could, maybe I don't even give her any treats, or I just give her one. Okay. Or I would just be near her and give her a treat, and we'd alternate treats, like, you can tell her, okay? Okay, good. And then you could give some treats too. Good dog. Good. Good dog. There. Good dog. Yay, good. Good. Okay, now let's wait and see if she looks at me, at you, went, good dog. Good dog. There. Good dog, yeah. Good. I'm going to give you one treat. Yeah. Good. Okay, so let me have you do it again. I'll have you move. Okay. I'll do the I'm trying to get her attention and see what she does. Oh, here. Then she'll be done for the day, because she'll have had her whole meal. Uh-oh. Treats on the ground.
Okay, so we're just doing the backwards.
Yeah,
now?
yeah, so I'm going to distract her again. Okay. Look. Cookies over here. Uh-oh. Don't let her get that one. Just wait, she'll come back. Really? There we go. Good. Okay, so you can stay there, and I'm going to come up only if she's good. Good. Hi. Good. Good. So standing like a pole, so that's good. Good dog. Good. Hi, good dog. Good. And then you can tell her, okay? Okay. Good dog. So at least she's not jumping on me, and she's still staying seated. Then she's looking back at you. Good. Good dog. Good dog. Good. Good. So I got to practice this too. Good. Good dog. Okay, so that's good. Because she got up last time when I walked away, so I just wanted to practice walking away. Good, and then now that she's almost full, and we went really long, that was good. So you guys, so she can take a break, since she just ate her entire meal. But do you get the idea of that? We're letting her understand, no, you don't even get attention from me anyway, and uh-oh, now she just got rewarded for jumping. The opposite. So I would say if you, yeah, remember trainings all the time. So what I would do if I decided that I want my dog to be able to jump on me, I would get him through the program and then later decide, oh, he can jump on me. It's just like if I want my dog to sleep on my bed, I'm not going to let him sleep on my bed until he's through the program enough that he's well behaved. Otherwise, I'm just giving mixed signals. When do you jump on me? Good. All right. And good demo at the end, too. Yes. Okay, so if I have a large dog, the first thing I do is train it to a gentle leader head collar. so that when it pulls, you don't just go flying. You know, also when you're holding your arms, you go flying, but this way instead of this way. So if I have a larger dog, I put him on a gentle leader head collar. Then in terms of how strong these are, if I'm worried that I have a dog that's going to break this, then I'll use a different type. So I'll use Sarah Kalniz's is the strongest one. It's the Blue Dog training hands-free leash. So just go to Blue Dog or Sarah Kalniz, Kalnajs, Blue Dog training. She has a super strong leash.
Okay, so they have to be trained well enough not to like go taking off and pull you over.
Yeah, anytime I walk the dog, I'm going to train it that as soon as I start training walking, you never get to pull on leash. Yes. Well, I put them on the hands-free leash right away and train them, focus on me and sit, and when you get to the end of the leash, you're going nowhere. So I train that right away. And once I train that, the dog is never allowed to pull on leash, which means that if the leash is ever tight, you should never be caught like that. I'll use a gentle leader head collar with this because the dog is trained. You know, some people are worried their dog's going to hurt their neck on a head collar. Well, then I say, well, that's why they're supposed to understand when they get to the end of the leash that they're going nowhere. They don't just slap it on them and then teach them, you know, race to the end, because some people do that, right? So I want them to learn, to know getting to the end of the leash doesn't work. Okay, let's try the same thing. I forget what your dog, Rosie, and she gets nervous in this environment or what?
Sort of. She's actually doing pretty well.
Okay. Okay, and is this her speed? So she gets nervous in new environments, and is this her normal speed of movement when she's happy?
No.
Okay, yeah. So she's moving in slower motion than she would when she's happy and playing. So let's see if you can get her moving faster just by the way you move, just by moving faster. I would like to get her, her leash can be a little bit longer. And so I'd like, can I try her for a sec? Let's see how nervous she is.
She's doing pretty well today.
Yeah. Will she be nervous with me? Oh, sorry. I did this wrong. Okay, let me see. So she's moving kind of slow, and I'd like to see her. I'm actually going to lure her because I don't know. Because I'm worried that she'll be a little bit scared. Right there. Good. Okay, so she's moving at a trot. Right there, I just smooched to her. So she is nervous when she's away from you. Yeah, so she's noticing that you're not near her. So I'm going to try to get a faster rate. There we go. And again, the only reason I'm luring her is because I know she's nervous and I'm afraid that she's going to, and like right now, so she is nervous away from you. So if they're nervous and want to get back to you, I don't want to just be giving her a long time, and if I had hot dogs, it would be better. Hot dogs or cheese. Okay, so I want to see if you can get her up to that speed. And I'm going to hurry up and move again. And I'm using a flash lure. There, she wants to go back to mom. Okay, so I'm going to have you come out here and work her at that speed. Oh, see, now she wants to come over here because she has mom there. Right. Let me have you just lure her at first in front of you so that she'll go straight. Good. There. And I'll have you do that one more time. Look at how her tail's up now. Good. Oh, that time you didn't need to lure. Okay, perfect. So I just wanted her to do that once to get her to come in straight, and now that she can do it, she doesn't need that. So go ahead and do it again. Okay, she still needs it a little bit. Okay, good. One more time. Good. Now you're going to switch to a flash lure, which is hard. The flash lure is hard. The flash lure is you're backing up, and right as you're taking that last step, you put your treat down. or last 2 steps. So as you're thinking of stopping, you get that treat down where you want her to be. So now, yes, and a little bit lower, a little bit lower, so it means you need to bend your legs. Good. A little bit lower, and instead of right here, up here. Yes, out here. I know the flash lure is hard because you're learning to back up and do the flash lure at the same time, which is, see, your dog's mean to you. She makes you learn the extra thing to do. Now. Now. There, and raise it until she sits. The flash lure is to guide her where to go and get her to stop. Flash now. Now. Good, that was better. Now raise it before she sits. Now. Oh. Now. Okay, just regular lure her. So regular lure her right at the beginning, like wave it and then back up. Because I want her. So here, when you lure, if you're doing a regular lure, you need to get a connection with the dog. So in her case, she was looking away right away. Regular luring is harder than a flash lure and harder than not luring because you need to have a connection with the dog with that food the entire time. So for her, I would, right as you're going to start, go like this, get her looking, and she should be looking at you the whole way. Whoops. Put that back on the bad spot. And again, the reason we're using the lure with her is because she's nervous. She's way less nervous now, though. Yeah. Now she's distracted, but she's not acting nervous the same way. Good. And when you raise it way up here, because she knows the sit part there. Good. Good. Okay, so her first part of the following is decent now. So, well, let's see. Let me try it again, because I wanted to move to a flash lure. So the tricky part is you need to switch to the next thing faster. Like she was good at the one thing for 3 times, and then if we had switched then to a flash lure right then we would have gone, we wouldn't have backtracked. But good. Good. Now on the flash lure, she doesn't get the treat. Okay. The flash lure, it's just to tell her where to go and to get her to stop. I think of the flash lure as a pie in the face. I don't know why. You'll see when we do the repeat sits on the left side. It's just to get them to stop there, and then you raise your hand, and then they sit. So there, the flash lure should be 1 step sooner. Back up. There we go. Good, there we go. That's better. There, nice. Let's increase her leash length just a little bit so she's not getting pulled. There. She's still taking her time. And I'm not sure if she's lagging, because often if you go slow, they'll lag and get pulled. But I think you're going fast enough so that she should follow you, because it is clear when you're backing up. So I don't know if that's why I lured her at first, because I didn't want that to happen. Good. But you can see the way she's moving is much more comfortable than before. Because before she was tense. She's not as focused as she could be, but she's more relaxed. Good. Good. I think that's good for her. Good. Good. So that was good because she's more... Oh, now she's nervous. So our goal was to get her up at that trot, because once you get up at the faster speed and you can guide where she's going, then she can calm down way faster. For her, it's a little tricky to have a dog like that, because luring is harder to do, and she just had a lot of different things to do at first. We had to lure, and then she had to switch to flash lure, which it's tough to do because we didn't actually get to practice those things first. So, okay, so this dog, I think we're going to. You said he forges. Okay, so that's perfect. And let me get his attention first on repeat sits backwards. Good. Good, okay, so we got his attention, and it's pretty good. Well, okay, so I'm going to take him and show you what we're going to do, and then I'll show you how to do it. So I will trade leashes. So there's a lot of different ways to get dogs to heel, and I'm just going to show you one method I use for dogs to keep them from blasting past me. And this is using a flash lure, and I'm going to use you guys as a wall. So a flash lure is like a pie in the face. I'm going to start with him by my side. Oh, look, he's so easy. He works for everybody. I didn't even need to do the repeat sits first. I'm going to take a step, block him, raise the treat, and then he sits. And I'm going to keep him back there for now, because later when I change my body posture, he'll be right up next to me. So take a step, block. There. And if he tends to get up in this position, I'm going to give him several treats in a row. Good dog. Block. And I'm going to go around the camera. And then I'm going to walk around this side. Oops. So now I'm going to add more speed, because I think we can. So now I have him healing where I want him. And I could sprint and suddenly stop. I needed to use a flash lure for that because I just sprinted kind of fast. I'm going to see what happens if I sprint slow. There. Not bad. Good. Okay, so that's where you want them, right? Okay, okay. So I'm going to have somebody else hold them while I show you how to do this. Okay, so if there's several people who want to learn how to do this, let's see, will somebody hold him? If there's several people who want to do this, you can come and line up here too. Does somebody else want to come up? Good. Yes. This is tricky. So we're going to break it up into small steps. So you'll line right up here. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to stand in a line, and I'll be in front of you to show you. You're just going to take, let's see, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, stop. Okay, so I'll just do this. Ready? Uh-huh. Okay, we'll do your left leg since you heel with your left leg. Okay. Oh, wait. 1, 2. Okay, we're going to take 2 steps. Ready? It's just going to be 1, 2, stop. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, stop. Arms bent 90 degrees. Ready? Go. 1, 2, stop. Ready? Go. 1, 2, stop. Go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Now we'll turn the other way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, and as this foot's coming up, you're going to put your hand down to block your dog. Your hand will have a treat in it. So here when you do this, and I'll show you why in a sec, you want to turn your body and put the treat back behind your legs, back here. And I'll explain after we do that a couple times. So it's ready, go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Ready, go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Ready, go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Go. 1, 2, stop. Good. One more time, go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Good. So now, turn around and I'm going to show you why I have you put your arms back. So I'm just going to have you two run with me, and when I start, you'll start, and when I stop, you'll stop. I'll do it a couple times and you'll see the difference. So, ready? Go. We're running. Good. Okay, go. Okay, now we'll go back the other way. Go. Okay, now I'm going to show you something different. Same thing. Ready? Go. Where did they stop? Ahead of me? I stopped at the same time. What did I do differently? I leaned forward. So if I give the treat like this, I'm going to make my dog go ahead. That's why I need to turn this way, so the dog understands. So when you're, two things. Notice when I normally stop, you would lean backwards a little bit. So you want to avoid, as people do with their dogs. Stop. And you're going to make your dog go faster. So normally if you were stopping, your body goes backwards a little bit. Even when you're walking fast, I'm walking, I want my dog to stop. I'm walking, I want my dog to stop. So when you're slowing down, that body language needs to show that you're stopping. You need to bend your legs and get your weight back on your heels. So we're going to just do, again, you got this. 1, 2, block. 1, 2, whoops. I always start with my other foot. 1, 2, block. Again. So we'll line up back here. Again, we're going to do the 1, 2 block. And I'm just going to watch you. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, block. Okay, arms up here. Because if your arms are already hanging here, you know, they're like, oh, this is already waving. Just go through it. But if you're walking along and suddenly, whoa, then it's a clear signal to stop. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Go. 1, 2, stop. Good. And then when you stop, make sure you're not leaning back a funny way. So just, it's like your sit turn. Yes, so that. Go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Now turn around. Go. 1, 2, stop. Good. Go. Good. Arms up, 90 degrees. Wait. I'll wait till you're balanced. Go. 1, 2. Good. Good. So now what you do is you're going to turn around. What you do is you block him with the treat. Then when you know he stopped, you raise it, and then you give him a treat after he sits. So you block it until he stopped, then raise it, and once he's sat, you give him the treat. So we'll do it that way once. Well, a couple times. Ready? Go. 1, 2, block. Raise the treat. Treat again, then treat. Good. And make sure you're paying attention to your dog. So even when you raise that treat, you don't want to look forward yet, because you've got to make sure your dog stops and sits. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, block. Raise. What's he doing? What's your dog doing? Look at your dog. Okay, if he's sitting, you can treat him. Good. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, block. Good. Good. Okay, now turn around. Ready? Go. 1, 2, block. Now raise your hand. Treat. Good. Ready? Go. 1, 2, block. Raise your hand. Reward. Good. Okay. Now, one thing, did you notice how slow the hand suddenly got? That's normal. Some of you were actually pretty good, but it's that same movement, fast. Now, of course, if it's not distracting, it won't really matter. But if it is distracting, or you're training the dog for the first time, it will matter. So now I'm just going to have you do 4 steps instead, so you can practice doing varying steps. So this time you'll do 4. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And you're going to go at a fast pace. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, walk. Good. And then turning around. Go. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay. Good. So you're all ready. Well, we'll have you practice with your dog. So, of course, once you get the dog, you're like, oh, wait a sec, what did we just do? Hey, they're being so stubborn. They're not doing it right. So it's normal that once you get the dog, you can forget it again. So you just have to, especially if you have a dog that's difficult. So you want to practice this on a dog that's easy so you can get the technique down and then go to a more difficult dog. So I think that your dog will probably be pretty good, pretty easy. Nice to you is how I put it. So you can practice along people, using people as a wall. I'll do this along a wall first so the dog has fewer places to go. But he's pretty good, so you might be able to do it just straight. So here for that foot thingy, you want to give treats. So just try 1 step so you can actually block him. Get out 1 step ahead of him and then block him. Now. Oh, 2 steps. Because I think you need to have this foot, the right foot down. Good. I'll walk right next to you. I know it is. And I'm going to walk right next to you to make it more exciting.
I'm just doing 1 step.
2 steps. So, oh yeah, so it'll be like 1, 2. Okay, ready? I'll walk with you.
Okay.
Go. I have a Jack Russell, so I have to move faster. I'm used to Jack Russell speed. Go. Good, that's better. There we go. Good, there we go. That was a little bit late. But your actually delivery speed was good, it was just a little bit late. And now he's sitting on his own already. Well, but that was okay because he sat on his own in the spot closer to where you want him to sit. Because he's already progressing that fast. Good, so he's already sitting where you want. Now try it without the treat. Just stop. There, and that's where you want him, right? Well, it's a little bit behind, but that's okay. He'll be where you want him shortly. Good. Good, now try going 4 steps sometimes. See how quickly the dog can progress? Good, nice. That's what you want, right? Perfect. Now heel some longer pattern. So you'll know if he starts getting ahead that we needed to go a little bit shorter and sometimes throw in those short things. So is that where you want him? Okay, good. Good, nice job. So we worked on repeat sits backwards, and then you saw the importance of speed and getting the treat frequency, 1 treat for sitting, additional treats for remaining seated. And then we also saw that sometimes you need a flash lure to get the dog focused on you. And once you can get that dog focused, then they start calming down. And we also saw that when there's a distraction coming, your goal is to get the dog move or get the dog focused on you before it has a chance to look away. And that in the case here that we had right here, the dog, it was still a little bit difficult, so the dog really wasn't ready for me to be coming that close because she kept looking at me. So for the level that the owner's at, because it was her first time doing this, the dog wasn't really ready for me to be coming that close. But nothing bad was happening. It was just that the dog was getting a whole second to look instead of thinking that because she was thinking, oh, I was more interesting with my treats than the owner was. So in that dog, the dog needs a little bit more work, farther away from the distraction, or learning that it's not going to get to me in the first place unless it's focused on the owners. And then we did the repeat sit on the left side and showed how you can use that to keep the dog focused on you and learning how to heel. That dog already knew how to heel, so that was just keeping that dog from running by and being too far forward. So the question is, which exercises do you do? Usually I start with the repeat sit backwards to get the dog focused. And then from there, it can depend on the dog. So for instance, some dogs can't focus at all because it's too scary. And they may not even be able to do a repeat sit backwards because they won't even take treats. And then I showed on the video earlier that you need to just get that dog walking and stopping frequently to get it moving. So some dogs in class, I'll start with that. If the dog does not have that type of problem, then we'll often go from repeat sit to repeat sit backwards and then running to the side, and then we'll go on to walking, and the way we walk might be the repeat sits on the left side. If you have a dog that wants to sprint by you, we'll do that. Other dogs, it's easier to practice certain types of walking exercises. And so we'll see. I'm going to do different things with the last two dogs depending on where they are. So this one already has some titles, right?
She's had some training.
Look at you.
This is Angel.
Okay, let me just see how you do the repeat sits first. I just want to see how she works.
Sits.
Backwards.
Oh, okay.
Repeat sits backwards. Good. Oh, let's see. And one other dog was going to work on leave it. Okay. Good. And here's one thing. I think you've done obedience competition or something, right? Because you do this with your hands. Follow me, follow me, follow me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They try to lure and you go like this. So just keep your hands still and move. There we go. Good. Good. And you have good treat delivery speed. Except now you got to wait till she sits. But the delivery speed was really good. It was a 1 because it's your first time, and so that's normal. But your speed is good. Okay, and for her, the speed at which you're going back is fine because she's a nice laid back down. What you want is a dog that's exactly your speed. You don't want a Jack Russell because you have to run really fast if you have a fast Jack Russell. And you have to get down low. Okay, so can I see how you just walk around like healing? Does she heal?
She does some healing.
Okay, so let's see what she does because I want to see which exercise will benefit her. How old is she?
She's 11.
Yeah, she's 11. Look at her. She's just happy. I don't care where we walk. I'm just happy. We could walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I'll just be happy. Okay, so I think what we'll do with her is some walking exercises, and I just want to make some points about and I'm going to have somebody else hold her.
Okay.
Because I will demonstrate. And she'll go with anybody, so I'm just going to take her randomly to somebody. Okay, now, let's say you're a dog. You get to be the dog.
Okay.
Okay, now, I'm going to have you close your eyes.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Okay, this is the first thing that I do in our low-stress handling labs with dogs. One of the things is if the dog doesn't know where you're going, how can you lead it? So one thing that's really important is how fast you walk. So for instance, if I walk like this, are you sure where I'm leading you? It's kind of, it makes you feel nervous, right?
Yeah, I'm wandering.
She's agreeing. She feels like she's wandering.
Yeah.
This is what your dog feels like when you're walking it like this. Well, I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just going to go where I want. Okay, so now if I walk you faster like this, how's that?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay, so now she goes, now I know where we're going.
Okay.
Okay, now you can open your eyes for a sec.
I was peeking.
So the pace that you walk is important. There's a difference between, there's a huge difference in just the pace you walk. And there could be a big difference between a pace of 125 and 135 beats per minute. And we'll show that when you get with your dog
Okay.
in a sec. So now, Not only do I need to walk fast enough, I do need to walk in a straight line. So I'm not going to demonstrate walking in a straight line because I think you probably know what that looks like. But when you do turns, it's important how you do turns because you can make your dog confused by how you do a turn. So for instance, I'm going to have you walk with your eyes closed. We're going to do an about turn with her on the outside of me. So I'm walking in a straight line. If I make my turn wide like this, it's kind of, you're nervous, right? You don't know where we're going. So I'm going to I'm doing a wide turn like this, and it's making her nervous. Okay, so when we do a turn, we want to walk down one line. An about turn is the dog's on the outside, so I'm going to still walk down that same line. So I'm walking up one line, walking down the same line, but how I turn is important. So for instance, if I turn like this, we're walking, and I do like, okay, I think I want to turn, but I'm not sure. And okay, believe it, this is how people turn. Wait, we should go that way. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to not do that this time. I'll be a little bit nicer. Okay, now let's say I'm going to do a military turn because that's what I learned in military school. So that's too fast. I'm walking, turn. I'm just going to do it one more time. Okay, so that was confusing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you a better way.
Okay.
And I'm just going to walk, and you won't know what I'm doing yet. You'll just know that it's better, and you know where to go. How was that?
Very nice.
She said, very nice. I'm going to turn again. So that feels okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I am doing is if I count my feet, I'm going step, 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 and I'm turning in place, but my feet are moving at the same speed. Step, I'm stomping, but stomp, 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 stomp. My feet are moving at the same speed. Step, 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 stomp, stomp, stomp. Okay. So the only difference, okay, we can stop.
Okay.
Good. Okay. So the only difference, well, it's a big difference, is that I have to keep my feet moving because if my feet don't move, then there's no momentum taking her anywhere. But I need to keep them moving at the same place, and I'll be stationary while I'm moving. So I'm stepping, 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 turn, turn, turn. So in obedience training, this is a T-turn. So let me have a couple people come out, and I'll show you. Let's see you. Does anybody else want to learn the turn? No. Okay. Anybody who does obedience competition will learn this turn. So often I'll just do the turn and I won't show people exactly what the steps are, and it often works fine. So we'll wait here. I'm going to do it two ways just to see. What I'm going to have you do is just practice hearing the beat, which is step, 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 step. And when I say turn, you're just going to try to turn keeping the same footfall. And I'm not going to teach you any specific turn, but I want to see what you do with your feet. Because sometimes it's good enough. Like at least 50% that's good enough, and you don't have to teach them how to do specific steps. Okay, ready? You can step with whichever foot you want to start on. And then when I say turn, you don't have to hurry up and turn. You can take a few steps. You don't have to panic and go, she said turn, oh my God. So just keep the same speed. Ready? Go. Step, 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 turn, step, 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 turn. Oh, sorry. Keep going. Turn, step, 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 step. And I'm not going to watch you. Turn. Good. Everybody's coming, well, almost everybody's coming up and down the same line. Turn. Good. Now let's see if they're still. Turn. Turn. Good. Turn. Okay, good. Stop for a sec. Almost everybody, you can turn around, almost everybody was walking up and down the same line. One person was going like this, which is what people will normally do. Did you see what the difference was? It's like my dog is out here, And I did a little turn. I did a little U. So we're going to do the T-turn now. So the T-turn is you step, and then you do a T, and then you do another T, and then you walk out. So will you do it with me? Step, T, T, and then stop. Okay, turn around again. So you're going to step, T, T, and then walk out. Okay, we'll do it again. Ready? Step, T, T, and keep going. So really the only person who needs to learn the T-turn is the person who's walking, who's not walking up and down the same line. So ready? Step, T, T, and then keep walking. So let's try that when you're walking. So I will tell you, we're going to start with our left foot. Ready? Go left, right, left, right, left, right. And when you're ready, do a T. Good. Whenever you're ready, do a T. Good. Okay, so let's just have you walk. And I want to look at the differences in speeds of walking. Nobody has to walk that fast. It turns out if you walk too fast, it's also difficult for your dog. So just, okay, look at the pace. It's, okay, let me see. Step, 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 step. Okay, I want to see what speed. So try the speed you're walking at now. Try this speed. Wait, can you hear this? And let's look at, she's pacing now. Ambling. So it's really a walk. Okay, now try this speed. Whoops, wait. There she went into a trot. Now she's trying to switch between her trot. Can you see how she picks up her speed and it gets springy when you increase your speed a little bit? So try this 135. So a little bit faster. Your 3, 4, 1, 2. So you're actually behind this pace. I think you're at. Step, step. Oh, wait, I have a program that I can just tap your feet and figure out what pace you're going at.
Am I not matching the...
Yeah, it wasn't quite. But could you see the difference in the dog's gait and how the dog, she started focusing on you better when you went a little bit faster. Yeah. Now there is a speed that's too fast for your dog, and then you'll see that your dog starts looking away, and I can't find my app. It's called, by the time you're tired. Here, let me have you stop for a sec while I find the app. Oh, okay. Yeah. Her. She. Aw. We might do something different with her. Okay, well, I can't find my app that... Okay, I can't find my app where I get to tap the time. We have plenty of dogs. Okay, so since she's an older dog, let's see, what do I want to do with her? Okay, I think, So I missed, when her legs went out, was that because she was just doing it too long because I was busy looking down? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make, oh boy, you're so lucky you get to do the hard stuff. Okay, so you guys saw the difference in her gait though when we went to a trot. But she can't handle a trot for very long just because actually for her she doesn't need to walk that faster speed because she's She's a good dog already. She comes with you. But just so that you could see that when you started walking faster, even at 125, like I was trying to have you hit 135 and you were probably like at 130. Okay. And so she wasn't really, she was staying in her little ambling gait. Uh-huh. But I think part of that was because she's also tired. She doesn't have a lot of energy, so it was hard to get her up to that speed. But at the 135, when she was up there, she was trotting. She had a little nice springy gait. And even at 130, she was looking up at you pretty well.
Okay.
So the difference between like for her, like a 117 and a 125 is that at 117 she just walks with her head down, and at 125 she looks up at you. Yeah. Were you able to see that difference in her? Let's walk her around a little bit more and just see how she is when she's walking. And let me just have you do a slower pace at first and see if you see a difference. So here, that's the slower pace. And this would be the pace where she might look around. Now just speed up, and we'll just have you do it once and see what she does. There. And she looks ahead. We'll just do one turn. Yeah, speed up just a little bit. There. And you can go there. Okay. So I think that's good for her. Yes, because she's older, so that's good for her. Good girl. All right. So just that little change can make the difference between whether your dog pays attention to you on that walk or the walk's fun for the dog versus you're giving the cue that, hey, everything else is better. So let me just have you do some repeat sits first to get focus. Good. Good, then I'll have you come more towards the center here. Yes. Good, and when you back up, you can back faster and farther, because what's your dog's name? Solo, yeah. Because Solo's fast. Solo is fast. And we'll come with you. Good. Now back. And I want to make sure that the repeat sit backwards is really fun and we have good sitting before we do the leave it exercise. Good, now when you back up, have your body weight going backwards, because you're leaning a little bit forward when you're backing up. Can you guys see how she's leaning towards the dog? Yes. Good. Your goal when you back up is to back up in a way that your dog's actually looking at you fast enough so the dog's looking at you for 5 to 7 steps. 3 to 7 steps. Good. So let me switch with you for a sec. Hi. Let's see if you like these. Oh boy, are you going to be nervous without your mom? So I have to look back there because I'm not sure. What? Okay, I'm going to lure it first because there. Okay, we got fast speed. There's like, uh-oh, where did my mom go? So I'm going to try to get a high reinforcement rate right here because he's a little bit nervous, but not as nervous as, whose dog was really nervous? Yes. Because at least he's moving at a fast speed. There, I just smooched when I thought he was going to go in the wrong direction. I'm going to lure a little bit. Just a little bit. So I'm not putting the treat all the way down in his face. I'm just doing a little bit of a lure because I want to get rid of this as soon as possible. Flash lure. Flash lure right when I thought he was going to go the wrong way. While I have him, I'm going to see how he heals. Do this. What? Ha. So if I were going to have him heal, I would need to do the repeat sit on the side, but I'm not going to work on that. I want to do some targeting with him. Does he already know how to target? Okay, he likes targeting. So for some dogs, So for instance, your scared dog, I might do targeting. She targets already, right? Does your dog already target? Yeah. So in the situation where your dog is scared, sometimes targeting works nicely. And the thing when I target is that I want my hand to present suddenly, because this is the cue to run over. So if, for instance, I move my hand like that, now watch this speed. Can you see a difference in the speed at which he moves? Let's see. Oops, you missed it. There. So when I target, I actually want to get my hand out quickly, and I'll actually move my body because then my whole momentum is going that way, helping the dog understand to go that way. So here, if I target to here, now I put her on a variable schedule. So if you have a dog that's a little bit nervous, you can use targeting to keep them focused too. You don't have to just use the repeat sits. You want to switch around and see what your dog likes. Then you can also use targeting to get your dog to heel better. So I'm going to target if he falls behind. And when I do my turn, whoops, target here. Now he's not paying attention. Target here. Target here. Target. Now he's next to me, so I can just reward. Yeah. What? Okay. So now I got him looking better. When I turn, I can target or I can lure him. So the method you use depends on what happens to work better for your dog. So when I target, I'm not going to do it this way. What's wrong with that compared to doing it this way? Yeah, the first way, I'm putting the target in his face, right? The second way, I'm using the target to get him to go where I want. So I want to get him to move towards the target. So for a lot of dogs, targeting can help them for the healing because they want to see something visual to catch them up. And if you use a lure, it starts to become like a bribe pretty quickly. Like I might use a lure at the very beginning when they're learning, but you shouldn't have to keep using a lure. So targeting, you train them to target, and then you can put that on a variable schedule. So then if your dog is nervous, you could do repeat sits, but for dogs who like targeting, sometimes targeting helps. But again, you need to do it in a way, or it works best in a way if you can do it in rapid succession, and you can use your body movement to help that dog move faster or be more focused. So we were going to work on the leave it because he's focused on other food, right? Okay, so I'll start this. So the easiest leave it exercise is if you block them. But I'm going to do the one where I throw the food at the end of the leash. So if I throw the food here, and stand right outside of its... I'm going to help you here. What? Well, so close to that treat. Good. So one treat for sitting, additional for remaining seated. What's his release word? Free. Free means you can have whatever you wanted. So I'm going to do that again. And the reason this one is hard is because how does he know you're not just throwing it for him? Well, what? What? So here he's thinking. Okay, now he's not. So I smooched to see if that would help him, but it doesn't. So if I'm going to do something, I should do something different. So I'm going to show that once. Just this once. Hopefully I won't have to keep doing that. Then I'll give enough treats so this, because it was hard for him to figure out what to do, I'm going to give him more treats right here. Free. Oops, it's right there. Okay, so he's like got to the end of the leash. Free. You need to get there on a loose leash. He's still like, oh, I don't get it quite yet. There we go. Free. I need bigger treats. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Oops, I dropped a treat on the floor. Darn it, you didn't see that. Oops. Good. Free. There, that time he didn't go to the end. Free. Good. Free. So one reason this is a little bit more abstract for the dog is it looks like you're throwing the food for them. There we go. Free. Do it again. Okay, so he's understanding better. So at this point, I'm almost ready. Free. He's already learned leave it, right? Okay. But he just doesn't have the impulse. Okay. But he doesn't have the impulse control to always leave it, right? Okay. Hey, what's that you got for free by pulling? Pull. So if I want free. That was close to you. Free. Okay, so now I'm going to give him fewer treats for sitting and see what happens. He's like, but I don't really want that on the floor anymore. Okay, so he's not ready for the word leave it, because he, as you said, he gets practice standing and looking, and I want him to. You could always say, I just want him to stand and look, but I like the sit better because then I really know that they're more focused on me or thinking. Free. That one. This one too. Okay, so at this point, I don't know that he's ready to heel by something like this. Free. Maybe I'll try it. I'm going to try this anyway. He sees that. Then I just want to see if I can heel by it and then sit and let him get the thing on the ground because he knows that's there. Touch. Yeah, That's not edible. Well, no wonder it didn't taste much when I ate it. Haha. So when she looks down, I'm going to change what I do. You think you're going to get that? Okay, I'm going to try this. Free. He was like, where was that thing? Not that one, though. Touch. Free. Do that again. How do you get that? Touch. Touch. Just sped up. Free. I gave him a hint because he is used to standing, and he listened to my hint when I whispered the sit. So I gave him a hint because he's been trained to stand a lot instead of sitting, so it's hard for him to figure out to sit in a slightly newer situation. So basically what I'm doing is trying to progress from free. I'm trying to progress from, hey, you see a treat on the ground, come back and sit to me, sit, to you see a treat on the ground, heel, and you may get it. Because you may not need to heal. You may need to heal past all those things. Does that make sense? Like, maybe, it's like if you see a dog or a person and you want to get to them, it's good that you learn to come back to me and sit. Now I'm taking it one step further. I'd like you to be able to heal past that distraction in order to get whatever reward you want. Free. Oh, now you don't remember. Okay, let's see. That was too long. Oops, so she thinks. So I just sped up to keep him more focused. Free. Does that make sense? Does it make sense what I'm doing? Okay. I'm going to do it one more time. Whoops, now you want to get it, or do that again. He needs, sit, free. I'm going to do it a couple more times. Because he doesn't really understand if I look up, I'll get it. But that's mostly because I haven't done a lot of healing stuff with him yet. So there he thinks he can, that's not where it is. Whoops. Oh, distraction. Free. Free. No, you forgot. So really kind of what I'm doing in his mind is just training him to focus on me around the distraction. But he doesn't necessarily understand that doing the healing will get him that thing on the ground. Because in order to do that, I need to do more healing work with him. Let me try it one last time. Nope. So what I'm going to do to get past this distraction, though, is I want to get his attention. Speed up past it. Yeah, he's just learning. Nope. Free. Okay, so he's not quite ready for this. The way that I would train it faster is if I had a treat and train, I would train him to heel in order to go get, and if he heals, he gets a reward from the treat and train. I'm just going to go back to this one. Free. Okay, so he does actually understand this one thing. Free. It's like, where? Where? One more time. So at this point, he could actually, I could also start using a leave it word. A what? Oh, okay. Yeah, you mean, yeah. Because he's really not good at healing and watching usually? Okay. But he was actually doing okay when I was working on the healing part. It's just he's not ready. So he usually doesn't really watch really well when he heals. So when I'm working on healing, he's actually watching pretty well. He's just not ready to go to the step where we healed to get something. So here, I can get him to heal well. Oops, it's in my hand. Oops, that was a bad handoff. Hold on. Yeah, for him to heal, I think for him to heal, he needs this. He actually needs this. I'm going to do this a little bit. Nope. Okay, I'm going to switch now to targeting. I think he works the best when he's targeting. What do you guys think? So what I would do as soon as he starts to go astray, I would stop. And I'm cheating. What I'm just doing is extending the look by delaying the treat a little bit. Which you have to do carefully. So if he looks away, I'm going to try to get him, put him on a variable there. Right here is where he has problems looking. So I'm going to do that again. Right here, up here, is where he has problems looking, which is why I'm going to target him up here. And I just put him on a variable schedule for targeting. It's right here. Up here is where he has problems looking, because his mom is there, I think. So targeting works really well for him. Oh, except he doesn't know this facet thing. All right, good. So do you want to try a little bit with him? Sure. Okay. So the trick with him,
just to do the targeting.
Yeah, I think for him the targeting works the best. The leave it, he already understands the leave it thing, not to run to the end of his leash. For him, let me have you do the repeat sits first. Make sure you have his. So let's see if you can get his speed. So do you see how she's leaning towards him? Whoops, sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay. Do you see how she's very upright? Okay, so what I'm going to do this. Turn around, face the other way. Okay, and just think about me chasing you. I'm going to chase you backwards. Okay, ready? Okay, go, run backwards. Okay, that's good. Good. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Oh, you mean because you're looking at him, it makes you... Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. There we go. See that little difference? Yeah. Good. Okay. Good. Let's get that right a couple times in a row before we target it. Good. Now you slowed down. Good. Yeah, you were going faster before. Yeah. That's why we have to practice without the dog first, and then getting that hand speed fast. Good, there we go. That's better. Good. Good, there we go. Nice. Good, okay, we'll stop, because you got that well. You got it down. Quick, stop there. Then, of course, what you'll need to add at home is getting this faster. You can wait till he sits, but when you do this, do that faster. So, and that is just practice, because it's hard to do all these things. It's like dancing, but not as bad. So let me try you just targeting him to the side, like lean over, target, and then give the treat. So let's see move to one side, target, give the treat. Good. And then always target. Does he heel? Which side does he heel on? Oh, so target with the left hand then, because we're going to move it into a heel. One thing is, watch the difference. Okay, now make your hand like a karate hand. Okay. Then target with your karate hand. Okay. Because if your hand is flappy, it doesn't look as much like a target. Like, looks less intentional. Good. 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 Okay, now when you do it, get that hand up faster. Good. So it's more of a sharp. Good, that's nice. Good, and you're pulling it back. That way, because if you have your hand hanging out, then he doesn't know, well, now am I supposed to get the treat or still look at the target? Good, so that's better. Do you feel comfortable with that? Because you're already, and I'm changing a lot of things in a little amount of time, but it's because you kind of know how to do them already. So go ahead and start to heel and use targeting and see what happens. Okay, this pace is about a 120, but he's at an easy walk. So speed up just a teeny bit. Right there, yeah. And I think for him, he's pretty good. He wouldn't need to be absolutely this fast. Good. That's better attention than he has been, right? Because he would usually be looking around? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little distraction. It's going so well, I'm going to do a little distraction. If you think he's going to look at me, then just speed up before he gets to the point where he would look. So you're going to turn around and it's like, here I am, speed up. There. Good, then go back to the right. So you just like jog 3 or 4 steps, like, cookie over here. Yes, good. Good. And then turn around. And it's like, here comes the cookie. Oops, okay, that didn't count. Do over, quick. Cookie over here, speed. Okay. Okay, we'll let you prepare ahead of time.
You gonna do it again?
Yes. So the more distracting it is, the faster you want to go. Okay, you're going straight. Okay, ready? Sprint. Oh, you stopped. You keep going. Cookie. Oh yeah, see, you were actually thinking of targeting, which was smart. You were thinking of targeting, but you didn't quite get it all the way because you weren't sure. Yeah, so that was actually good thinking. Next time, do it for sure, now that you figured it out. Okay, because we know that she... Okay, now target. There we go. There. Good. Yeah. Okay, we'll stop there. So it's about kind of finding what the right thing is for that dog. We still need the repeat sits to get the good focus, but then which thing do we need for healing the most? It depends. Like the repeat sits could be helpful, but what we needed the most here was the targeting, because Solo needs to see that thing in front to know where to go. Okay, so what happens with dogs who take treats really hard? For one, there were all these things about how to give the treat to make sure that the dog, you're getting it all the way to the dog fast enough. Because part of the reason they take treats is, it's like if you hand something to somebody and you're going like, of course they're going to start grabbing for that thing. So number one, getting them to get the treat all the way to the face, and then that hand fast enough instead of like slow. And the same thing back here, it needs to be fast enough. The second thing is how you deliver the treat. If the dog can't figure out how to get the treat, he's going to also grab. So sometimes people will hold the treat like the dog's behind them, but they'll hold the treat like this, so the dog can't get to the treat, so he grabs more. So holding in a way where the dog knows how to get the treat. And then the last thing is, okay, let's say you can deliver correctly and you can deliver quickly. Then I'll often practice a leave it game with the dog, where the dog, he wants to grab, but I'm not going to give it to him, so I let him go yum, 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 and then they go, wait, this isn't working. And then when they have their face off, you open your hand. So this is in the Perfect Puppy book in pictures. I want to train them. The only way you're going to get this is if you wait here for it. Then I'll open my hand. And then I actually will specifically train them, when you wait here, look at me, and then I'll open my hand. And then so here I would put my treat out. When they waited, I would then immediately open my hand. And then the same thing back here, I'd practice this, and as soon as they waited, I'd open my hand. Then I can either choose to continue just always giving the treat that way, or I can see if now that they do it this way, I can give it this way. And if there's kids in the house, I would like them to just give it this way all the time, because the kids are going to mess things up. I would like to train the kids, the way to give the dog a treat is to put this up to their face and wait till the dog waits and looks at you, and then open your hand. Any other questions? Oh, I hold those little treats this way. Yeah, I still hold them that way. Another way that I hold the treat is between my thumb and my finger, my hand. Like, it's harder, like that. Yeah, practice that. Because then you can just go like that in their face with your flat hand so nothing gets eaten. Like that. Yeah. Okay, so for leave it, when I teach them the word, it's just as you say, once I can get to the point where I toss the treat and I know that they'll immediately come back, then I can start using the word leave it, because I know they'll come back right away. Then, once they're to the point that they won't even go for it, if they hear leave it or when I toss it, then I'll start tossing within their range, but I should be able to step on it. It's actually easier to do leave it where you drop the treat behind you, because then you're blocking them so they don't it's clear that they can't run after it. Sometimes you get to the stage where they run to the end and always come back, but they still will run to the end before they come back. So leave it means, okay, go to the end and come back. So in that case, I'll move to this leave it where I block them, because then it's obvious. They don't even try to get up because they know they're going to get blocked. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions about the leave it? And then, so now Solo he might be able to heal by a treat and understand he must heal to get to it, either in the second session, if we had another session, or tomorrow when you try it. So now once they understand leave it, then I try to set up situations in real life, like, ooh, I'm cooking and something drops, like, oops, and I'll be like, oh, darn, or something that just seems like it's real life. And then you just step there if you need to. Or on the street, I'll actually set up stuff where there's food on the street, and I'm close enough, but I'm far enough away so that if the dog goes for it, he has to come back. And then when he comes back, I might let him go get it, or if he's at the stage where he knows to heal, to get those things, I'll have him heal around it, and then I'll let him get it. And I'll purposely practice that a bunch of times in a row so that they actually learn it. So when you want a dog to learn something, you should practice it a bunch of times in a row until it clicks. Just like the chicken learning that a Q dot, when the Q dot is on, that's the only time I should peck the black dot. Okay, how many of you people have dealt with dogs or have dogs that are reactive to other dogs? Yeah, very common, right? So the treatment we're going to do that is for reactive dogs is the same as the treatment we would have for a dog that's reactive to people. So it's kind of an interchangeable lecture. I just chose the one that's reactive to dogs because it seems like people are coming up to me more asking me about dogs reactive to dogs. So let's look at 4 cases of aggression or reactivity and look, are these dogs mean or fearful or something else? So here's case 1. So this is actually Jonesy. And you'll see him on the dog on the left. So let's see do we have the volume up so you can hear him. He'll be the dog that shows up right here. You're going to hear him growling.
Just put your hand there.
That's a loud growl for a little dog, huh? Okay, so let's look at that. Is he just mean or is it something else? So watch his body language and tell me what the body language says. He's on the left, and he leaps forward. So he's leaping forward, so of course he's the mean dog, right? What did you see? Is he just reactive, or what was the reason he was reactive? Could you tell? Did you see what he did first? Watch this. Watch again. At the very beginning, I know he's really light here. I had the camera on a tripod. What did he just do beforehand? Yeah. Did you see him lean away? He was leaning away because he was afraid of the other dog at first, and then his reaction when being scared is to jump and lunge forward. High arousal. The dogs with the more high arousal breeds, terriers, they're going to react more by jumping forward. So puppy growls, Jonesy growls at another puppy, and he's only 8 weeks old. Here's another example. My dog loves to play with other dogs, but sometimes other dogs growl at him or stay away from him. Is he aggressive? He does back off when they growl at him, and then he doesn't bother them anymore if they've done that. So what do you think? Your dog is this one. Look at this dog. He loves to play with other dogs, but sometimes they growl at him. Geez, why would that be? What?
He's just probably a little rude.
Yeah, he's rude. He thinks you play by running over them and knocking them down.
Right. And then they say stop, and he goes, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, what's this one saying? Like, oh no, oh no. Okay, and then we have this situation. Remember this dog,
especially on walks.
Pody, and here's his behavior. You see this, and you see,
And will readily focus on me. Unfortunately,
wow, that dog's a jerk. And he's gotten loose, and he's even bitten another dog.
in the emergency situation where the other
And of course, we have found out that the reason was that, so let me turn back to him. So he was adopted from a shelter, and then about a week later, they realized that he was difficult on walks. Sometimes people figure it out right away, and other times it doesn't happen until the dog feels more comfortable. And then, of course, on his walk, it didn't help that another dog rushed up to him and then bit him. And then, of course, what he learned to do is rush at other dogs, and if he got loose, he would bite them. So he got loose and bit one other dog. So all you see is that he's being reactive. However, you know from his history that he's been bitten. Okay, here's this dog. My dog likes playing at the park. But then she's reactive on leash. So this is how the dog enters the park. Sees the other dogs, gets excited, goes leaping forward, and then, what's happening here? Scared. Because other dogs play exactly like she was playing. They're very rude to her. Now, if you watch them, it looks like they're having fun because at some point they start racing around, which may be sort of fun for her, but then she gets scared at other times. So all of these dogs have, well, okay, this one, does this one have a fear issue? No, this dog just is a dopey play dog, and it's rude when it plays with other dogs, and then when other dogs growl at, he's like, oh, okay, I get it. At least he gets it right now. Maybe later he might decide he's going to growl back at them. We don't know. This dog, definitely fearful, wants to play with other dogs, gets too excited, runs up to other dogs and scares them so that they'll learn to be aggressive. But is aggressive on leash. Why is she aggressive on leash but not off leash? Yes, because she can't get away. So she just reacts by attacking. But at the park, she wants to play, and she is overly aroused. And she also shows more clear body posture of fear when the other dogs come running right up to her. And then Jonesy, he was fearful. So he would back away, but he's a high arousal dog. So when he's scared, he'll bark and lunge forward. So here's Jonesy at the door. If he hears in my house, he's in my room and he hears there's a sound outside, he'll stand up. And if he's on the bed, he'll stand up and look, and he might bark there. And I'll say, go on, go get it. And he's like, no way, go get it. You go get it. But people just think like, oh, he's so brave. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, he's really scared. He won't go to look. So all of the dogs except for one was actually fearful. And then the one that wasn't fearful was a very rude player. So we've already covered the body language of fear and how fear develops. And we talked about how it often develops because of incomplete socialization. Now, I do want to say that there's dogs who are well socialized, but because of their internal temperament, if you do not keep socializing past 1, 2, 3 years for the rest of their life, they will develop some issues. And I would say certain breeds. So I would say if I have an Australian cattle dog, I'm going to work with that dog. Zoe was very easy, but Lucy, she got socialized well when she was young. And I don't know how much my parents still take her out. They take her to the dog park, I think, quite frequently. But she has little things that she was showing early on where if she's just walking along and she hears something, she'll go, bah, 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 bah. But she's not really focused on that object. However, she's predisposed to barking and thinking more about the object that is causing her to bark. Does that make sense? She'll sometimes bark at something like a person that walks down the street, but she doesn't really focus on them when she's barking. And I think the reason she doesn't focus on them when they're barking is because she's been trained well enough to watch us that she just doesn't focus completely on that thing. She's a little bit scared, but she'll still keep her focus on us. Well, on me. But when my parents have her, because she lives with my parents, she will start looking more over towards those other things and barking, and sometimes she'll just bark up in the air when she's thinking about those things. Uh-huh.
Barking at another dog or something, another dog, let's say, it doesn't necessarily mean your dog's fearful, does it?
Does barking at another dog mean your dog is fearful? For my dog Lucy, it means she's fearful, and I know because she shows other fear postures in other situations. So for instance, my parents would have a cord, and she'd see it, and she'd bark. She'd bark and back away.
But what if the dog is not fearful?
They can bark because they want to play with the dog, and they get overly aroused. So that is also, but that's also a problem.
It is a problem.
Yes.
It's a big problem.
Yes. So I'm saying with Lucy, it's not her over-arousal. I'm saying that she needs better socialization. She's starting to bark she started to look at things. When she was little, she got socialized well. She really enjoyed playing with dogs and playing with people. But she would occasionally, a person would go by and she might bark. And she might not necessarily be really focused on them. She might be kind of looking towards us but barking. But they were the stimulus. And then she does the same. She used to do the same thing when she saw power cords. And it was so easy. Yes. See? belongs to my parents, then weird things happen. Which was really easy because all I would do is target her, and my mom would go, what do I do? And then I'd go target her like this, and it was so easy, but they didn't like what? And then now I notice that now when she meets new dogs, she used to love all new dogs, and now when she meets new dogs, she's a little bit wary of the dogs that run up to her. She gets nervous, but she won't do anything, and I can call her before something starts to happen. But I can see that if my parents get her in a lot of situations where she gets charged, then maybe she's going to start being aggressive to other dogs. So some dogs are going to need socialization for their whole life. So you can't just go, well, I socialized them, it's all over. Some of them are going to go through a second fear period later on, right before a year usually, where suddenly one or two things causes them to suddenly be reactive to other dogs. And some of them will be like Lucy, who I can see a slow little change where now she needs to be around dogs longer before she, for instance, wants to play with them. Before she'd want to play with dogs pretty quickly, and now, for instance, last time she stayed at my house, we had a puppy over, and she was kind of wanted to stay away from the puppy, and then after a week she wanted to finally play with the puppy. But it took a whole week where she wanted to. We didn't work with her around the puppy or anything. I wasn't actually home. It was when I was gone, so I don't think she had much time around the puppy, and I don't think she was counter-conditioned around the puppy. But still, before, she used to immediately greet those dogs and want to play. So her temperament is that her temperament is probably that she would be fearful of dogs if we hadn't worked with her so much early on. So we know that they can become difficult due to incomplete socialization, leading to fear, and that we need to continue that socialization throughout their lifetime and watch and make sure, are they still okay? And then we also said unruly behavior can turn to aggression. So how do we treat these situations? Regardless of the cause, we can treat it the same. We talked about desensitization with classical counterconditioning. So in that case, with classical counterconditioning, the goal is you change the emotional state. So for instance, if somebody is afraid of spiders, we want them to train them to associate the spider with good things. So for instance, if they really like Haagen-Dazs ice cream, then we can let them only be around the spider when they have Haagen-Dazs ice cream. So then the goal is that they learn to associate the Haagen-Dazs ice cream with the spider. And because we're going to use desensitization with this, we don't just put them in with the spider and then try to feed them ice cream. We start at a distance where they feel comfortable enough to eat the ice cream. So here is what pure classical counterconditioning looks like. Here I'm going to pair food or something the dog likes with the actual procedure. So this Chihuahua is a little bit afraid of the other dog, like, oh no. So she's afraid of the other dog. So they're just going to do straight classical counterconditioning. They're just giving this dog food around the other dog. And look, this is kind of, it's like head on, just giving food around the other dog. So I said, this is the very crude way to do it. And then after a couple minutes, this dog's pretty comfortable because it was an easy dog.
Am I giving them too fast?
No, you're okay.
They're learning good things around each other. These dogs will actually play now.
There, this is even.
So look at this. Depends what you want. It depends what you want. If they're going to live in your house, if they're going to be on the street, yeah, I can't get them to be best buddies. Or for Jonesy, for instance, he doesn't want to play with other dogs. Yeah. So it depends on your dog. These two dogs are both playful. So I would like them to be able to be comfortable enough to play with each other. But Jonesy doesn't care anymore about other dogs. He did when he was little, but now he just wants to play with me. Although he did like the little puppy that came over for some reason.